Obadiah, or Obadiah, chapter number 1, verse 18 says this: The house of Yaakov shall be a fire, the house of Joseph a flame, but the house of Esau a stubble. And they shall burn among them, and they shall consume them, so that no survivor is left of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3 of Torah portion Vayishlach. Let's go to Bereshit, or Genesis, chapter number 33. The time for the encounter has come. For 20 years now, Yaakov has been running from his brother Esau, hiding out at his uncle Laban's house, and that's been no picnic. It has been a enduring, harsh treatment of an existence. Yaakov is scarred at this point. He's walking from a limp from a night-long battle in the spirit realm. He is afraid. He's tired. But he wants to get this thing over with. If I live, I live. If I die, I die. But this has got to be settled. We often find ourselves in such situations where I can't take this anymore. One way or the other, we're going to fix this. Or so we say. So Yaakov sends his family in groups before his brother Esau, saving his primary bride, Rachel, and his chosen son, who will be his heir, Joseph, to come up last. Now, what's interesting is, according to the book of Obadiah, or Obadiah, it would seem that Joseph is the antithesis of Esau. He's the answer. Joseph is the one who will begin to consume the pages from this point. And we find then that it is revealed in Joseph the final means of conquering Esau. Who is Esau? Let's recapture him. Hebrews chapter number 12 says that Esau represents the profane man, the idolatrous, adulterous, whoring man, the man who lives for the present, for the immediacy of life, who is willing to sell out that which is eternal, such as birthright and covenant and calling and anointing, and the kingdom for what is immediately present, for the here and now. Are you living for the here and now, or are you living for the then, that which is yet to come? Esau is the one who represents then a professional religious system, as we talked about yesterday. He leads such a group. He's the top of the hierarchy chain. He's the guy who is calling all the shots, and he hates Israel. When you get down to it, it's not just Yaakov that he is angry about. It is the title, the position, the nation of becoming Israel. That's what they both wanted, is to become Israel, to bring about the 12 tribes that would comprise a nation. And so Esau has failed to gain that title. Well, he tried to steal it by murder and take it by force. Yeshua warned us in Matthew, I believe chapter number 11, he warned us about those who seek to take the kingdom by force, to force their way into it. They tried to force Yeshua into becoming their king, and he refused to do so. If man can make you a king, man can unmake you as king. Let that just sit right there. So we come back to Yaakov, and we realize, again from Obadiah 1:18, Joseph's significance. Who is Joseph? Joseph is a mixed race son. His mother is Mitzrite, or Egyptian. And so he has this attachment, this affiliation with that which is of this present world. but his father is Israel. And so he is attached to the kingdom. He is attached to the spirit realm. He is attached to the covenant. He is attached to the calling of the Most High. The thing that he has to do is what we see him do later on, and that is to take off his Egyptian or Mitzrayite headdress and garments and reveal himself as being Hebrew. At that point, in order to bring about restoration and reconciliation of the family, he laid aside that which was Mitzrayite or Egyptian to him, and he chose the Hebraic heart. Now he retained his prestige and his power, his position, but it was revealed then that he is a Hebrew. Now Pharaoh knew that, but again, the public may not have. And so to all that or around him, everyone that would know him from this point on, he is no longer Joseph, the viceroy of Mitzrayim, as much as Joseph, the son of Israel, who has been given authority among us. In order for you and I to bring about the restoration of the family, that is, to see all the tribes come together, there needs to be a willingness on our part to lay aside that which is Mitzrayite to us, Egyptian, of this present world. Are you willing to set aside your prestige, your prominence, your position, your popularity, in order to become a son of the Most High and strategically, significantly used to bring about the restoration and the reconciliation of a greater family who is yet spread abroad at large? Yehuda, our brother the Jews, live in the land in large part. Still many are scattered the world over, and we see them, we recognize them. But from 722 BC or BCE, your preference there, for over 2,700 years, the rest of the tribes have not been in the land. They've been assimilated and mixed in, thoroughly digested among the nations, Amos says. And it would seem that we have lost all identity. Yah is awakening a Hebraic heart in the midst of us. He is returning us back to that which was the original covenant. Now, when it comes to the actual encounter, Yaakov comes bowing himself down. Now remember, his hip's out of joint. And this is a painful process for him. But when he comes to the professional religious system, he comes forward with humility and with brokenness. Let me just say it this way. For those of you that are walking according to the Torah and its commands and are keeping the feast days and changing your diet and changing the terminology of names and calendars and so forth, all well and good. But can I just tell you, stop yelling and arguing with those who are still where you used to be. You're not getting anywhere. You're not proving anything. If someone wants to worship on Sunday morning while you worship on Shabbat, leave it alone. If someone does not observe Passover or Pesach this coming spring, but they retain their Easter celebrations, leave them alone. In a few weeks, you're going to maybe be lighting your Hanukkah. Wonderful. If someone else is still handing out Christmas gifts, leave them alone. That's where you were. And the same one who spoke to you when you were in that same place and awakened your eyes and opened your heart and gave you some revelation has brought you to where you are now. If they have ears to hear, Yah will do the same thing for them. The key for us is to come with brokenness and humility and that Yah do the restoration. Beyond that, live the life that you're living now with great joy. and celebrate with enthusiasm, it just might catch their attention. Until tomorrow, shalom.